it's supposed to feel.
Alright guys, good morning. We are back on this beautiful project again. This might be, I'm not sure, so I'm gonna take a guess. This might be part 2 of this segment here. Part 1 would be if I break it up this way, this job here. So it's not done yet. We still have a few finishing touches, but this job is almost complete here. This is that awesome fire pit, waterfall, and pond job that we're working on. So we started late today. We didn't get started until about, I think we met for 9 o'clock today because we got rained out this morning, another rain day. It's all muck. You're all full of muck here right now. But we're getting this driveway dug out. So right now we have the 10-ton in here. We're hauling out trucks this morning. So our goal today is to get this driveway dug, excavated, full excavation done, and hopefully get it graded, compacted, ready for asphalt would be great. But we'll see how long that this takes us, and also if the rain holds off, because it's kind of calling for rain on and off all day. So we'll see if it actually holds off so we can get this sucker done. It's been a very, very bad year for rain this year. I think we've had probably close to probably 15 days we've missed with the rain and even having late starts and whatever. So it's kind of annoying. Slows down the process, but that's part of being in a landscape business, in the asphalt paving business. That can happen. So that's just part of what it is. But anyways, quick little update, guys. That's where we're at, getting this driveway dug. Let's get this going here, then we'll tune in a bit. I think we already have 2 trucks out now. So 2 trucks are out, and I think we're going to be probably another 5 till it's all out. So I bet you we'll be close to 7 loads out, and then usually that's 7 back in, and so on and so forth. So anyways, catch you guys soon. Let's keep sending these trucks out and get this sucker graded up. Almost halfway dug. We have the 259 in the hole right now with the 10-ton. We do this sometimes when we have the extra manpower to do it, because it's not something that's easy to do if you don't have the extra guys and machines. But what we do is, if we want to speed up the digs at all, we'll take the 259, throw it in the hole, and to get the 10 ton to just keep bombing out material, bomb, and then he can be a little bit less accurate with his dig as far as how smooth he's pulling his grade, and that the 259 can kind of come behind, keep the area flattened out, cleaned up, and kept it pushed ahead, so that the 10 ton can kind of just keep grabbing it and pulling it out. So that's a technique that we use sometimes, again, if we have the operators and the machines on site to do it with. But it's not something we do all the time, but when we do have the ability to do it, it does help speed things up a bit.
Alright guys, good morning. We're back on site here today. We got lots of GoPro footage yesterday of us dumping out gravel, spreading gravel. I think we're digging as well, so lots going on that way. We got everything dug out yesterday. We got the 2-inch all in, compacted and spread, and I had to leave actually to go back to the yard to unload a load of armor stone. But the guys got I think 2 loads of granular A spread out as well, so they have kind of the rough grading set for over half this actually. Anyways, I'll turn around, show you guys kind of where we're at right now. So this is the top part up at, it's a horseshoe driveway, so this is the first entrance. The second one is just right over there. So anyways, this is all spread out with A. It's just a rough grade, so we still have to finalize it, but it's kind of getting there. We dumped a pile here this morning. We have another pile sitting there in that truck there. So right now we're gonna come through. I'm gonna fill in this area here, so this all needs to have a load of A spread up to there. So I'm gonna put the GoPro on, we'll get that spread. A little bit tricky too for grading, because the grade on this job comes, basically you have this like pretty steep runoff coming from downhill all the way down here. Obviously what you don't want to see happen is see water come through here and go into the garage. So at the garage, we put this walkway here on a pretty aggressive slope, so that the asphalt will be uptight to the walkway and it'll follow that coming all the way through. So all this area here is graded relatively aggressively, coming out this way. This area here comes all down this way, and then it's going to come out over here. So all this water will be tied up into the walkway here, and it's going to come out over into this area here. But again, a little bit tricky to set up for grading purposes, because ideally you want to have your garage floor higher and have the water running to the street. But in this case, the road is significantly higher, so we have to kind of get everything graded and coming down, and then a gentle kind of a swale, if you will, and then coming out this way. So I'm going to jump in the machine right now. We'll get this area where there's no A spread first, and then we'll do a final. We have to also put some river stone, some clear stone, kind of more of some around the edges, and some filling where the armor stones are. So a little bit of work like that still has to be done, which we have the 10-ton back here with the rototilt, so we'll get that done today, and hopefully have the driveway finalized, ready for asphalt, and the next day we'll get the sucker paved up. So that's where we're at. Probably because of the angle. Probably why. They would just leave it.
Oh, she's alive!
Alright guys, that is a wrap. It's just after 6. We got this guy all graded out today. It's all compacted, it's ready for paving. So next time you guys basically see us here, we'll be getting ready to pave this driveway, which I think will be, today's Wednesday. No, sorry, today's Tuesday. I think it'll be Thursday or Friday, probably Thursday though. So we're supposed to get some nice weather, which is good for paving. It's right now, because you guys are watching this video late, I'm usually a few weeks behind on putting my videos out. So it's September 27th today when I'm filming. So paving will be probably September 29th. So it's getting colder out, and to sand and to pave, the warmer the better. So when we come in next, what we have to do is get the interlocks here all sanded. So those interlocks are all in there, but they're not sanded yet. You can kind of see the big deep voids there. So everything is done, but not sanded. So we got to just come in here, get this guy all sanded up. But today we got all the Riverstone in kind of along the edges there. So we put Riverstone there, along here, down along over there. Small pea stone in between little gaps in there. Riverstone in here. We have to cut this cloth still flush. Riverstone there. We have to snap edge along, on this side still. This will be asphalt along here. That's it. We still have to clean up in some of the edges and stuff. So there's still some little fine tuning to do. Clean up that stuff there. But and where the machines are is not being paved. I think they're putting like some kind of a garage or lean-to or something like that on this area. So besides that though, it's all graded out. Right now the guys are up there just getting packed up, and then again next day in will be little finishing touches, cleaning things up, sanding the interlock area, and then getting ready for asphalt and then paving. So that'll be our last day here. So one more day, then this job's a wrap. So we'll catch you guys on the next day in, which will be the last video, and get this sucker paved, which I know you guys love watching paving videos. So we'll get this guy paved up and send her off and show you guys the final results. I'm really excited to see it all finished up, sanded, paved, cleaned up. It's gonna look amazing. So we'll catch you guys then. All right guys, asphalt is here. We got one truck here behind me to unload. Got one more right here. So time to get some work. Right now I'm just putting up the idle on the truck. These trucks all have heated boxes, so that one will sit there. We'll pump up the idle, get higher RPM, it just puts more heat to the box. And we'll unload this Traxel first. And then I think we're around 35 ton, right around that ballpark, somewhere around there. So it's kind of a tricky pave. It's very steep, so just walking right now, it's very steep going down. It makes it a little bit harder for the paver to crawl up the hill and move around and stuff like that. There's a really tight kind of, this whole island here is a big curve, so kind of tricky to put that in. And then the trickiest spot is down here. So where the roller and the paver are right now, there's a kind of like a big swale in here. So this area here is all kind of swaled, and the water's supposed to kind of go from that roller drum right here, right into all this Riverstone area here. We have drainage down below. If you guys remember at the beginning of this video for this project, down by that east trough over there, we put in a perforated Big O and a bunch of clear stone. So when water comes off this hill in here, it can go through here into that clear. There's a perforated Big O that runs along there and tees off, runs underneath this project, all backfilled with clear, so the whole thing is full of drainage. It goes below this, so when this seeps down, you can get down to that perforated pipe that runs underneath here and all the way out to the back. So there's drainage all throughout this job underneath to get the water from that hill spot and also here all the way out to the back over behind that waterfall. So and we have all of our bags of sand out right now, so we haven't had a chance to sand this yet. This job is surrounded by trees everywhere, so it's these bricks are still damp and we're waiting for them to dry. So the sun looks like it's starting to kind of creep across the pad this way, so hopefully it's about 1 o'clock right now, so hopefully by the time we're done paving, it'll be the sun will be in a spot where that pad can get dry, and then we can get it sanded before we're done. So that's the goal. So we're gonna get ready here, time to start paving. Asphalt's here, and we'll see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, so time to pave. We got everything all marked out. The paver's warming up in the background. That loud noise is the electric street fired up. Lima's starting to bring down asphalt, and we're ready to go here. Everything's full of water, so time to get the show going. We're missing one of our guys today, so that sucks, but it's okay. We still have a lot of guys here, so we're gonna make this go down. I'll show you guys kind of what the layout is quickly before we pave. It's kind of neat to see kind of what our thought is in the job. So basically, the idea always when you're paving is to mitigate handwork. This case, here's where your water's going. So I marked out the water. It's easy for us to see too when we're raking. Once that's covered with asphalt, it's hard to see, although you know by eye you can tell where your swale is, but if you mark it with paint, it's even easier to kind of attach each pass to the next. So our first section will be in here. We're gonna do this spot in here by hand, and that's where our water will end up shooting to go. Next spot, we're gonna come through the skid steer and put this kind of big section here. So we're gonna put this section in with the skid steer up to that line there, and we're gonna get the swale put in. It's easier to do by hand. Well, we prefer by hand anyways. And then we're gonna start with the paver here, run this guy all the way out down to the road, then we're gonna come back, put in this section right here by hand, making sure that our swale and our water runs from there all the way over here, and then from here we're going to start off with our second pass, run that all the way to the road. Once that goes up, we'll have a seam across here, we'll attach onto here, and it should be just one pole right to the road, and that's it. So technically, as far as the paver goes, it's only actually 3 paver poles technically, but there's a few little hand spots and flares and curves and those stuff. When you do stuff by hand, it adds kind of time to the job, and it's a little bit trickier to pull off, but we know what we're doing, so we'll make it look good.
starting to look good, putting everything up, but it's all paved there now, so we're I'm gonna go up here for a second, but it's looking awesome. Alright guys, paving is done. Now it's time to sand this bad boy. We're gonna, Caden's just trying the bricks up here now with the torch, but the asphalt work's done. It's time to sand. It's the last part of the job, and the pave turned out wicked, so check this out guys. Paving's done, our swill works beautifully. The water's all going right where it's supposed to, so that's awesome. Really tricky job here, but that's it. I'll give you a walkthrough in a second, but I'm going to give you a quick update. We're going to get this sanded right now, so you're going to watch some footage of us sanding this, and then I'll do one last final walkthrough of the job, and then we're done. I'm probably going to come back actually for some night shots, because there is that waterfall has lights in it. The fire pit has lights underneath it, so it looks pretty cool at nighttime as well. So we'll get that in the video. But for now, this is the last major step. Get this sucker sanded, the asphalt's done, and then we are fully wrapped up this project. So we'll check it in a bit. On the Polymeric G2 sand, it actually recommends you spread it with your hands because it's very good for your skin and for your lungs. So this is a technique I learned. It's called hand spreading. Works really well. It's healthy for you too. I recommend it. Alright guys, something that I haven't done before, so I came back to this job. We finished up this project on Friday, and this is this awesome fire pit, waterfall, pond, and the pave we just set up there. So I came back tonight. It's the sun's pretty much setting there now. I'm gonna try to get a couple shots with a fire lit here and see what we can get going for some nice nice pictures.
But anyways, yeah, I wanted to come back when we sanded. So last thing you guys would have saw us do on the job was we paved it on Friday, and then we sanded all the interlock. But by the time we finished sanding it and wetting it, it was pretty much dark out, so it wasn't really worth taking any footage at that point in time. And because the interlocks were soaked, it didn't really look that good. So I wanted to come back, do one final, I guess, walkthrough of the job with you guys, show you kind of what we did from top to bottom. And I'm gonna throw the drone in there, get some drone shots, light a fire, get some cool shots, hopefully, with the drone and with my camera. And then this job is a wrap. So let's kind of actually start back down here. I'm gonna do a walkthrough, basically from bottom to top, guys, what we did on this job. This job turned out friggin' amazing. I love this project. Our team did an amazing job. So let's do a quick walkthrough before it gets too dark out, and then that'll kind of wrap up this video. So at the very bottom here, starting at the bottom. So we put these steps, guys. So these are called, these are York steps. They're Riviera is the color. They're Techo Block product. So we put in these steps. I think there's 10 steps here. Riverstone along the side. Coming up to the top of the steps, we put in, there's already these, this is like a gaping stone retaining wall. This was already here when we got here. So what we did was we put armor stone, this is guillotine split armor stone on top. And why we did that was it gave us the elevation that we needed for our brick height. So you can see on this side, you know, half the stone is gone, and it made for a proper step up to this deck here. So there's a proper step height from there. So once we put the steps in, we put the armor stones in here. Obviously we dug everything. If you guys saw in the video too, this has a gator base in it. We put the gator base, we installed drainage. So underneath this patio, I think it's kind of roughly right here, the east troughs at the house, and there's a perforated big O on the far side of that driveway that catches all the water on the hill, and all the drainage goes through the project under here. It comes out the back over here. So not that pipe there, but there's 2 pipes down there. Those are our drainage pipes. So we put the drainage, we dug this pond. So this year we had our 10-ton down here, our rototilt, and we dug at this pond. The cool thing about this pond actually is all these rocks you see here were actually on site. So every rock you see, usually we'd have to bring in rocks or something like this, but all the rocks on the job, they were already here. So we kind of got to use all the material on the property to build this pond. So that's kind of cool. It makes it, I think, more organic feeling for the homeowner. So next thing we did, get everything ready for the base on this project, and then we built this beautiful patio. So a patio went in, we have a fire pit here, guys, and there's lights under the fire pit. So there's lights under here, under the fire pit. This waterfall, we built the waterfall. So this is a single standing wall. It's also a Techo Block. It's called Brandon Wall. There's lights under here too. So we have lights under the oops, dropped my wallet there. We have lights under there. The waterfall also is lit up. I'll show you guys that in a minute. And then we have the fire pit. This design is super cool. So everything here is Techo Block again. We have the main material here that you see. It's a really cool, like, kind of spa feeling stone, I call it. This is called Antica. It's a salt and pepper 50-50 color mix ratio. We have a Villagio circle that goes around the whole pad, back to the Antica. This is called Borealis, this material here, back to Antica, and then we got our fire pit. So down here, we had a waterfall, we had a fire pit, and a pond, and it looks amazing down here. So, and of course, when you're standing here, you overlook, and there's the river there. Heading back this way, guys, we have our armor stone wall. So we have armor stone in here. This is guillotine split armor stone, very nice stuff. And armor stone wall here. This wall ties back in over into here. And if you're wondering, guys, why this P-stone is left like this, it's because the homeowner requested that we left them some additional on site. So that's why that kind of area is not finished. But anyways, armor stone, and then to get from the front door, top of the house, to down here, we have more of these York steps in between the armor stone coming up. There's 9 steps here that come up, and then we're on to our Hexa walkway. And what we did up here was, this walkway is it's also that kind of salt and pepper theme, but it's more gray than it is with black accents. And down below, when you get to the bottom of the steps, it's opposite. So you have more black with gray accents. So it's kind of an opposite. And the border here is gray, the border up top is black. So they're in opposite of each other. That's kind of part of the design for the job. So I think it looks kind of neat how you have that opposite effect. Coming up here, guys, we paved the driveway, obviously. We put these rocks along the border here, paved into those rocks. We did a full excavation of this driveway and got everything paved up. So the water too, tricky job. The water goes obviously from way uphill, comes down here, hits here into the swale, comes across and comes down right into there, right into our drainage spot. So that's a little bit tricky to do, but it turned out awesome. The pave looks great. We got up into here, into this horseshoe area, all paved up to the road. We put in clear stone there to finish off that area. There's some more stones we found on the property to finish this area here because it's kind of a bit of a drop off. So that finishes off and cleans up and supports that edge. Coming up into here, we did a saw cut on the road. It was already broken away, so we cleaned it up the best that we could. We continued that up there because there was some more breakage up there. And then coming around over this side here, there's this area here has clear stone in there. We were supposed to prep that spot. So there's your clear stone, and then the paving comes up into here, same thing. We saw cut this edge and tied into it nicely. So that's this project, guys. I'm gonna head down into the bottom now and get the lights on, put the waterfall on, and take some shots of that. But that's kind of an overview that I wanted to do one last walkthrough of this project. So this one was super fun to do. It was super cool. It's neat that we have a pond, a fire pit, waterfall, patio, steps, armor stone, and of course paving into one job. So super proud of this project. Hope you guys like this video. I'm gonna try to mash this all together now and make a cool video for you guys to watch. Please subscribe to the channel and give it a like button if you guys like this project that we did. I know we had a lot of fun doing it, so hope you guys have fun watching it. And we'll catch you guys in the next one.